Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another edition of Almost Football. We're here after a long Thanksgiving feast week, a great one as well. It is not the Grand Island Schizophrenia Show today. I am joined by none other than Joey Bush and Zach Howson today, the two other great co-hosts of the show. And I'll say this, I'm happy to see your guys' faces. I love our fans, the loyal fans, and I will give them the solo show, the Schizophrenia Show, if needed. Right, we will pump out the episodes no matter what. But boy, is it better when there's at least a face looking at you. Guys, it got lonely. All right.
People are asking if Zach and I are even real. Like it might just always be the Grand Island.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah,
I know. Someone's gonna text me and be like, "Grant, you've never had a co-host. I don't know what you're talking about. Who are these people you keep telling us about?" And you might also be listening, and you can hear Joey. Yes, he did have 2 weeks to fix his microphone. And Joey, do you want to just give us a Ken Palm, let us know an update on that?
Yeah, we could do a Ken Palm. I will say I did buy a cord. It was the wrong cord, so I do apologize.
Hey, it's effort. We're all about the effort on this show.
It was a holiday week, Joey.
We'll give it another go.
And Zach is coming to us from the Marriott, I'm going to guess a Residence Inn, maybe?
La
Quinta. Okay.
That's a nice accent wall behind you, Zach.
That's very nice.
I think it's a newer one too, so it's it's nice. It's nice.
So this is a put together show, though, is what we got, is what I'm saying. This is like, hey, you know what? Maybe the team's a little beat up, but we're still putting together a team so that we can get you some Almost Football here on Tuesday following Feast Week. Joey, do you have the Ken Palm ready?
Yeah, Ken Palm's ready. It's always ready. The 113th ranked team, according to Ken Pomeroy. 113.
That could be. That is obviously the St. Joseph's Hawks.
No.
Okay.
Zach?
113. Let's go Drexel Dragons.
Ooh.
No.
Across the street.
It is New Mexico State.
New Mexico State.
That was my second guess. Okay. Thank you, Joey. Now, as we get into this, we're doing lots of travel, and this is unrelated to all the stuff that people want to hear on Almost Football here. But I was in an Uber today coming back from the airport, going home, and my Uber driver, unprompted, as we get in the car, he's like, "Oh, hey, were you traveling for Thanksgiving or anything?" I was like, "Oh, yeah, I visited my parents live in Colorado, so I went out there, see some family or whatnot." He's like, "Oh, yeah, that Bo Nix, man. I was watching some of his plays. Are you guys fired up about him or what?" And I was like, "Yeah, dude. Hey, 10-2 is 10-2. I'm not apologizing for 10-2. All right." And I'm like, I'm the kind of guy in the Uber. My perfect Uber is I sit in silence the whole time. We both sit in silence. Perfect Uber. 5 stars. You're getting a 20% tip. Perfect Uber. But this time, not only was he believing, but he really wanted to talk about how the Cleveland Browns are working against Shedeur Sanders. He really wanted to talk about it so bad. He was so convinced. He was going like Alex Jones conspiracy about Shedeur Sanders for 25 minutes. He just wanted to talk about it so bad. And I'm like digging into it more with him. And I'm like, yeah, dude, what do you think? He's like, do you think it's similar? Like, do you think it's a long-standing thing? Because I feel like they pulled the trigger on Baker fast, not that long ago, when he takes him to the playoffs for the first time forever. And look, he's still a good quarterback. Do you think it's just like a Browns issue? And he's like, no, it's conspiracy against Shedeur only. He's like, they got to give him a better place to play. Dolphins would love to have him. Saints would love to have him. I don't know who his sources are on these, that he's so tapped into the Shedeur world that he knows that the Dolphins are calling for him and offering him all this money. The Saints want him. I don't know. Maybe they do want him, and I'm just missing the headlines. But it was hilarious. I just got into the car, and he was like, I got to get this off my chest to you, man, about Shedeur. He did also claim to be this was the best part of it, though, too, was he was asking about he's talking a little college, and he's like, I'm a Michigan fan. I'm like, okay, man, sure. He tells me, he's like, yeah, I'm a Michigan fan. I don't follow. He's like, definitely an NFL guy, definitely an NBA guy, more than college anything. But he's like, yeah, I'm from Michigan. I'm a Michigan guy. But he's like, yeah, those are the two teams I like, is Michigan and Ohio State. And I'm like, hold on, what?
Ooh.
What are you talking about, dude? And I'm not gonna. I'm not.
Like you didn't have a phone call coming in at this point.
He's just
no, I'm not. I'm not saying. No. This is where I know. I got to do almost football later. I'm like, I dig into this. You know, this is like I'm in. I'm like Dr. Melfi in Sopranos. You know, I got to ask questions, figure out deep inside what's going on in this guy's brain, so that we can do 8 seasons of this show on HBO. I got to figure this all out. So I'm asking more about it. I'm like, okay, yeah, sure. You're a Michigan fan, you know. Hey, Michigan basketball just had one of the most impressive weeks I've ever seen in college basketball history, right? Blowing all these teams out. And he's like, yeah, no, I'm not really much of a college like basketball guy. He's clearly more NFL NBA. I'm like, yeah, dude. They just beat Gonzaga, who I thought was really good, by like 40 points over the weekend. It was so impressive. And he was like, Gonzaga. Gonzaga. And he was like, where's Gonzaga? And I was like, out of Washington. It's a great program. You might have heard of them. They've only been one of the best programs in college basketball for 25 years, 30 years. He's like, hey, you know, I've never heard of them. He's like, I've never heard of it. And like, hey, not everyone has to care about sports. Not everyone has to care about college basketball. I get it. But it did strike me as odd that like this guy with so many big opinions on sports had never heard and claimed to be a Michigan fan. Had never heard
filled out a bracket before
of Gonzaga. He's never heard.
Has he filled out a bracket in 20 years?
No, he just doesn't feel mad. He doesn't pay attention to him. He just moves on from.
Yeah, so I got 15 minutes of and like he's got hard takes. He knows all the stuff about the Luka trade he's going into later. More tinfoil hat stuff about it. Like he knows all this stuff, but then like there's just a gap in his brain. He's like, I don't know what Gonzaga is.
5 stars.
Like it was like, you know, he knows every rumor about how Shedeur Sanders is apparently being worked against by the Cleveland Browns, and they're all just tanking the team on purpose for like ruin Shedeur Sanders' life and image or whatnot. But the words Gonzaga come up, and he's like, I've never even. Is it in the continental United States? Is that like where is that? So I thought that was a kind of funny story, I guess there. Or did you guys take any funny Ubers? I guess over the weekend.
No, I had the classic car, so, yeah.
I told him that if it was, I was like, I'm going to text the co-host of Almost Football. You might have heard of it, but it's slightly less popular than Gonzaga, so I'm not sure. But I was like, yeah, if they're out, you're in, man. You better be ready to step up to the plate. And I'm just going to say, welcome to Almost Football. Here's my Uber driver. And it's 2 hours. Yeah. Just your mind.
Let's not do 2 hours. Let's do like 10 minutes of just hot takes for it. Be like, okay, thank you. Like the new
you go down the line. Guess the Ken Palm first, and then you go down the line. Thank you. You know what? I'm feeling hot on the Ken Palm too. Joey, give us another Ken Palm.
Ooh. First 2 in 7 minutes? Let's go with 226.
That could be literally anyone. I'm going to guess that is that Georgia Tech?
No, it ain't that low. Eastern Washington.
No, let's see you get it right.
Ohio.
Ooh.
Bobcats?
That's a Eastern Washington dog, Cole Scherer.
Yeah.
Colorado high school basketball legend out there. Hooping. Getting minute of playtime.
That's right.
Hey, true freshman. It's hard out there in this world, right? Competitive D1 ball. Show me your D1 tape before you criticize Colorado high school legend Cole Scherer. Now, we're coming fresh off of rivalry weekend, and that's a difficult word to pronounce. People don't talk about that enough. But we're coming off of the last week of the regular season. Usually it is a week full of upsets, full of chaos as we lead into the playoff. And we do have chaos. We do still lead into the playoff, but I just couldn't help but notice that here, as I'm talking to you on December 1st, I haven't seen anyone talk about a single game that's happened this whole weekend. And all the talk is about Lane Kiffin. And maybe a little bit about like the Egg Bowl, I guess, per se, because the Lane Kiffin drama started with the Egg Bowl on Friday. By the way, that game should be on Thanksgiving. We're getting away from the traditions of the sport. Put the Egg Bowl on Thanksgiving. I need the alternative to watching the Cowboys if I don't want to. Okay, I need the alternative there. Side note, Joey, remind me in August of next year to complain about the Egg Bowl scheduling. Thank you.
It's on the calendar.
I almost asked for another Ken Palm. I almost did. I almost asked for another one. I was like, let's see if Joey's ready.
Man.
Let's see if Joey's
ready. I'm ready.
We used
I'm
to go
ready. I got
we
it.
went 40 minutes without a Ken Palm like 2 episodes ago, and I was
Yeah, look at us now. Did you get it right last week?
no.
No.
I think it's bad. I can't.
You could have said yes. I would have believed you.
Ole Miss has not been in the Ken Palm 33 team in 2 weeks, and I keep guessing Ole Miss if it's anywhere in the 30s, and they're not even close. So there's that going on. But we're here to talk. We got to talk about Lane Kiffin because, like I said, we had the Iron Bowl this week. We had Ohio State, Michigan. We had all these great games, Oregon, Washington, and it's all about Lane right now. Lane goes to LSU. I don't even know, is the talk of this whole thing hasn't even been like a lot of was it even the right choice? It's more of just been all like, we are airing out all of our dirty laundry on Lane Kiffin and how bad this thing went down. We are airing out all of our dirty laundry on his relationship at this like yoga studio. We're airing out all of our laundry about like some like DMs. Like that is all that has been happening right now. It is Ole Miss fans on the tarmac flipping him off and screaming at him. It has just been like it has turned from like, where is Lane going to the Lane Kiffin hate fest? And it's like watching the greatest reality TV show of all time is how I can describe it. I would love to see if your girlfriend loves Love Island, if you love Love Island and you're not a football guy, just give them like a PowerPoint presentation rundown on this and see if it correlates. Like I was waiting on ESPN for like Andy Bravo to show up, and it's like a sit down of like Lane Kiffin on one side and then a bunch of Ole Miss players on the other, and they just clawed each other for an hour. Is what I was waiting for. Do we want to do a timeline, or do we just want to do thoughts on Lane Kiffin?
Thoughts.
Okay. Zach, you told me beforehand that you had a lot to air out with Lane Kiffin. You had a lot of thoughts on this. I'll give you. Put it in a word first, and then say whatever you want. Like summarize in one word, and then give us your reasoning for that.
Can I do 3?
I mean, Joey, do we want to?
You already failed the assignment.
Is that?
Yeah.
4 words. 4 words.
Okay. Almost pulled the Charles Barkley there.
Chris Paul must. Steve Nash must see TV.
I hate the media. I can't do it anymore.
This is
okay. Wait, hold on. I hate the media.
Media 4 words.
No.
I hate the media. I hate it.
Now you can go on. Now you can. Okay. This was a mistake. This was
dude. There's
Joey. Give us a Ken Palm. All right. Give us a Ken Palm. We're starting over.
26.
UCLA. No, that's way too high. It's too high.
Auburn.
No. And no. It's Clemson.
Oh wow.
Really? Okay. Interesting.
This is the NCAA's fault. It's the media's fault. There's not a living, breathing human being that follows college sports that would not take the LSU job. It's like that's not. Mm-hmm. And the way the system is set up, he has to take this job now. He can't wait till the signing day is Wednesday. Like there is nothing in this schedule that the NCAA does for success. It's the most piss poor ran organization that actually makes money in the history of the world. Like they do nothing right. And they continue to just print money. But like logistically, like how they function, how they operate, they do nothing right. Of course, Lane Kiffin was going to take this job. Like, I like there was a part of me that thought he might stay at LSU, but then when you start breaking it down, and then you start hearing that like, oh, he's talking to Pete Carroll, and he's talking like he's going because LSU is the best job in college football. It's the best job.
Is it side debate? You think better?
I think it's a side debate, but it's up there. There's like the best coaching like when an LSU job comes over, or a Georgia, like or an Alabama, or we can say Ohio State. The best person available. Mm-hmm. The best person available is going to take that job.
Yeah.
And that's what Lane Kiffin did. Now, all this other crap, I know it's been a stick the past couple of weeks about how I've retired from college football, but like half of it's like actual fact. Like it's so stupid. It's stupid.
This has been very heavily like the theme of this week, the past, let's call it 5 years, has almost been we need to change everything about college football.
Yes. But
like it's ever since the whole FSU debacle,
yes,
this week has turned into we got to change the rules somehow, and then they do change, And then the next year, we're like, oh my God, we made it worse.
You know,
Go back.
we've known, and I try to think back as far as we could, but like at least for the past like 5 or 6 years, because like me and Joe have had to deal with it with college, like coaches changing. You know, you're getting a coach yesterday. Like, you know that day is coming.
Yeah.
And then we act like it's the craziest thing when a coach leaves. Oh my God, Lane Kiffin left. He should have, like, Auburn should have hired him 3 years ago. He wanted the damn job, and it wouldn't have been an issue. And it happens every single year. And Lane Kiffin was the best person available for the best job available, and he took it. I could care less about all the other stuff. I think it's funny. Like, he's Lane Kiffin. Like, I love him. He's a crazy person. He was always going to take the job, or he was going to take the best job. And he's a way better coach than he was when he was at USC and Tennessee. So, of course, he was going to get the best job available. I don't get, like, all the other stuff is so dumb. I'm so tired of it. It's half the reason why, it's comical at this point. Part of me don't want to be involved with it.
Okay.
There you go.
Yet here
Wow.
you are.
Oh, I know. Here I am. I love it.
I like that you
because I
said
get
you
to
hate the media and then complain about the NCAA.
I think it's the NCAA's paying ESPN, so of course they're just going to keep like this. Like there's been 1 or 2 people say, "Oh, this is the NCAA." Like, I think it was Nick Saban has been the one person who's been like, "Yeah, this is the NCAA's fault."
Mm-hmm.
Like, fix the schedule. I think Rick Pitino had the tweet of the day yesterday, being like, "All right, so like, let me just hear this correctly. So I coach, and I'm in the NCAA tournament, and you're telling me I got to go take another job? Okay, makes no sense."
He also in that tweet already working on the St. John's as a 1 seed resume, which I look.
Respect.
It's St. John's have a great roster. Yes. Do I think they're going to be 1 seed? No. Do I think they're going to be in the tournament? Yeah, of course. But that's a side note about them. But it was kind of funny. He like shoehorned that in there. He was like, yeah, I got a 1 seed team right now. When I leave, it's like, whoa, coach,
Back up.
1 seed. Lane is. Here's the interesting thing about this whole thing too is that I can't remember the last time, even when Saban retired and the Alabama job came open, no one acted like any of those options were as sought after as it seemed like Lane Kiffin was sought after this sort of cycle. Every single team, it felt like wanted him. He was the number 1 choice for Penn State. He was the number 1 choice for, I guess, probably for Arkansas too, but did Arkansas really think they were going to get him? Probably not. For LSU, for Auburn. You understand what I'm saying, right? Lane has never been to the SEC championship game. He's never won a conference championship. He has 3 10-win season now, but like, I mean, there's a lot of coaches who have done that. Like, he got put on this pedestal so high where it was like, I don't know if that made the situation better or worse, but it was like, how did we even get here? Like, is he probably the best coach available right now? Sure. But does that mean?
Yes.
But is he this good that we're like doing all this stuff? Like,
But
I
he
don't know if he's a better coach than DeBoer right now.
I agree with you.
Like DeBoer
but he was
took a
gonna
team to a
get-
championship at least. I mean,
Yeah, he was going to get the LSU. Like, he's the best available person on this cycle.
sure. Well, I guess
And
he technically
LSU
wasn't even available. He was a coach somewhere, which is why a lot of people are upset about this. He has obviously, and some of it's the system and some of it's not. But I guess there is Ole Miss is 11-1 right now. They did not go to the SEC championship game, but they're in a great spot for the playoff. You know, a lot of people argue sitting at home right now is better than being in the SEC championship game. But he's not going to be with the team now. He has taken him and the OC are not allowed to coach the team. He claims to have tried to coach the team, but I think Ole Miss, even if he tried to, how can you let him coach the team?
Why would
How can you let him
not.
go recruit your players while he's like, I'm going to go be the LSU at the same time? Like, that's a crazy move to do. Like, you're either the Ole Miss coach or you're not. I'm sure they're like, hey, we'd love to have you, but if you don't want to be here, we don't want you anymore. Then, right? So I think that Ole Miss made the right move there by telling him no. But at the same time, too, if I'm Lane, I get that he probably wants to go to LSU, but also, how do you not? Part of me thinks that if LSU wanted him so bad and knew he was going to get, how can he not just tell them, hey, like, this thing at Ole Miss right now, I'm going to go see if I can win a championship this year. Like, championship opportunities like this don't come all the time. And I'm sure he took the LSU job because he believes he's going to have one of them or multiple of them. But it's not guaranteed. And he's got an 11-1 team right now. He's got a chance to be in the playoffs. Like, I don't think Ole Miss is going to win the national title or anything, but at 11-1, I feel like if you're the number one guy and it feels like you have the ball and you have all the power in all these negotiations outside of if you tell Ole Miss no, like, how do you not just say, hey, let me do a playoff game and then I'll get to you on it? I get the signing days coming up, but with the way the portal works, you can just take everyone you want. It doesn't even matter.
You're right, but also too, I think a lot of times we all forget that, like, at the end of the day, this is a job. Just like you got to go to work tomorrow, Joey, you got to go to work tomorrow. I got to go to work tomorrow. I remember Nick Saban after they won the national championship, like, how long are you going to celebrate? And he goes, well, signing days in 2 weeks. Like, it's a job, and I think that's what we forget a lot about the fandom of it is like they still have to function 9 to 5. And yes, it would be great if Lane could stick around, but he doesn't work there anymore. He's got to go build another program. And signing day, like for high school kids, and I heard Nick Saban say it best the other day on game day was like, Ole Miss is great. You're always going to get the transfers. You're never going to get the best high school recruits. You're just not. He said at LSU, you get both. And I was like, damn, okay.
I am curious,
signing
too, how
day's
much –
Wednesday. It's Wednesday. That's stupid. That is so stupid.
It seems like a lot of the decision came down to money. And I don't know what Ole Miss has.
I mean, how do you turn that down?
How does Ole Miss not make a bigger offer, though? Like, how does Ole Miss not offer everything they have? He's the best coach they've ever had.
They probably
the best seasons they've ever had the last few seasons. Like, I don't know what – like, they must literally not have the resources capable to make the offer that he wanted.
It's either that, but also, like Zach was saying at the beginning of the show, like LSU's just a better job.
Yeah. I do think
and you get the recruits and you get the 25 million roster.
I do think to an extent, and this is what I thought with was my opinion on Drinkwitz for a little bit when they were like, oh, should he go to Penn State? Should he go to Florida? It's like, well, right now, if you're in the SEC and you have it's already a premier conference, it's not like you're doing this in the I love the Sun Belt, but it's not like you're doing this in the Sun Belt, right? If you're already winning 10, 11 games a year and you're right there, like, why would you go risk it at, like, if you're Drinkwitz, go risk it at another school in a different conference or at Florida or something? If you're already doing it in the conference you want to do it at, just unless they double your salary. And I'm guessing that's what LSU did. They just put it all on there. And LSU is a better job than Ole Miss. But, the way he had it rolling there, I mean, part of me is like, is it I don't know if it was 100%. If you're just going 11-1 to 11-1, like, what do you? Does that make sense? Is that fair?
It does.
Yeah.
But I think, you can just look at high school. Lane had to rely on the portal at Ole Miss. Yeah. He had to. Mm-hmm. Now he can get both, and it's basically you're getting a great recruiter, a great offensive mind, and at a program where kids already go to program. Yeah. Louisiana's full of high school talent. And it borders along that South, Alabama, where you got tons and tons of talent in the Panhandle of Florida and in Mobile and that area. You can have and that's what that's where Georgia has the great advantage. That's where Alabama has the great advantage. That's where Auburn should have the great advantages. You can have a practice on Friday morning and then drive to a local high school and watch 4 or 5 stars. And you don't have that at Ole Miss, and it's right there.
Now, the decision is a big part of this. However, this also became one of the funniest weekends possible of this whole saga. It started off with, during the Egg Bowl, he has this story about how the Mississippi State equipment staff or students snuck into the Ole Miss locker room and took Trinidad Chambliss' jersey. A video gets released of it on Old Row. This is the first place I saw it from. And I'll be honest, as much as I wanted to believe that it was real, that was the most staged video I've ever seen in my entire life. The door is just – why would the door be unlocked, first of all? Why would all the lights be on? And he doesn't have to look for more. The videographer, whoever the culprit is, knows exactly where Trinidad Chambliss' locker is. His jersey's just hanging up conveniently the night before the game. What is the advantage? What are we talking about here? It didn't seem very real to me. He goes to the Egg Bowl. He beats Mississippi State. And then he gets into a classic Dirty Harry standoff with a Ole Miss reporter named Ben Garrett, who on a podcast was going over the Ole Miss discussion with Lane Kiffin. He used the quote that you can't turn a hoe into a housewife, quoting I believe that is street poet and philosopher Ludacris.
It is, yeah.
He's quoting there.
Yep.
Referring to Lane Kiffin, like, hey, you can't make him a housewife. You can't make him something that he isn't. All right. And he's going to leave. He's going to go be Lane Kiffin. All right. And that's just the reality of it. We're like the Ole Miss, his kind of point, and he turned out to be a little bit right, was that like the Ole Miss fans wanted him to be this loyal guy who's going to value the Ole Miss culture and like being there and being loved. And he was Ben Garrett saying, hey, he's probably going to go to Ole Miss. In the world of journalism, could he have used probably a better metaphor than a Ludacris did? 100%.
Yes. It was the worst. Like, it was the worst journalism ever. All of it. It was just like the same time, most immature,
they haven't seen almost football.
Dumb crap.
Sure, but then at the same time, Lane Kiffin, after beating Mississippi State, this is his last game. He's in a press conference earlier with ESPN on the field. He talks about how, hey, this is just about the players. We're going to go celebrate the players. He then takes a police force with him, which is like, by the way, these, I don't know what the uniforms, how they work for the police force. I've never been in the police. I don't know anyone that is an officer, but the way that the uniforms they wear at these football games are so much scarier than like the cops that I see just walk around. I don't know why they do this, but like he rolls up with 5 Ole Miss police officers from the state of Mississippi. It's in Starkville. He rolls up to Ben Garrett after the game and just confronts him about the comment on the field right away. And there's cameras everywhere. He gets right in his face about it because like he has no consequences. He knows he's going to leave. He knows he's leaving. So he's like, this is my last word. I'm getting the last word on it. It goes into the press conference too. They go over it again. They're going back and forth about it. And I guess afterwards he makes the Ben Garrett is claiming this. I haven't seen the screenshot of it, unlike a lot of the texts I've seen of Lane, but there's he apparently sends Lane a AI video of him like committing to hoe and leaving housewife on the table like he's on signing day, which I believe to be true because that would be the most Lane thing ever. He loves the AI images. He loves all that stuff. This then goes into Marty Smith, the acclaimed reporter, was doing his best Brian Fantana from Anchorman impression, where he's just waiting hours and hours on end for this meeting that apparently started at 3:00 and went 19 hours over and over and over again. I'm guessing the meeting never ended because of the Iron Bowl, because Ole Miss, if Auburn won, Ole Miss would have gone to the championship. And I guess the claim was that like he wanted to coach the SEC championship and they were going to let him. Does that make a ton of sense with the same argument where you're like, why couldn't he have waited for the playoffs if he was winning week? No, but that's just what was being said. I think the decision was made 2 weeks ago. So I don't know if that's necessarily true. He went on do you remember when he went on Part of My Take in October with their running back and was like, we're not leaving. We love Ole Miss. Like, this is the best place to be. The media, who keeps saying I'm going to LSU, doesn't know what they're talking about. And then now he's sitting up there. He's like, I am so proud to be the head coach of LSU. I called it Coach O earlier today and talked about how great LSU is. Like, that's all going on. Marty Smith.
But that's how this happens. It's just now at Marty Smith. God bless his soul.
He's there for 15 hours.
You see him on the tarmac.
He's got his little mohawk going.
You see him on the tarmac. He finally gets to ask Lane a question after not sleeping. He's just there forever. And I love to see he's just honest. He was like, if Lord willing, we are finally able to get a decision on Lane Kiffin here after like 8 hours. And they never gave it to him. I wish Lane definitely had, or Marty definitely has Lane's number. Lane definitely has Marty's number. It's the SEC. These guys all know each other. And I don't think they like Marty's a likable guy. I don't think he is a target on his back or anything. It's not like Paul Feinbaum. Lane could have just texted him like, hey, dude, go get some sleep. Here's what you need to know. We'll talk in the morning. Just go get some sleep. Okay. I'll set you up at the Best Western. All right. They know me. We'll set you up there. Don't use your points. It's fine. Okay. I got you. Like that would have been fine. That would have been a good move. Like he knew, but he wasn't going to say anything. And then this is what I'm more concerned about is that, look, you can talk about the players. You can talk about at the end of the day, this is just football. If you're telling me that he not only pretended that Juice Kiffin was his dog the entire time,
Oh,
but he abandoned Juice
this is
Kiffin in
criminal.
Mississippi and went to Ole Miss, and the dog doesn't even come with him. Apparently, this dog had a handler the whole time. Wasn't even his dog, and he had a fake Twitter account he was tweeting from the whole time. That's crazier. That's the most crazy thing I've ever heard in my life. What? You're telling me that Juice Kiffin is like Bevo, where he has wranglers, and not only that, but like it was never his dog the whole time. He was just like there for pictures. He's there for show.
It's ridiculous.
Like,
that's criminal.
Like people are airing out a lot of laundry right now. That's easily the worst thing out there, in my opinion. I mean, that's all sorts of bad. I can't believe that.
Just leave him to the wolves.
I'm like, look, I joke around in The Sopranos all the time. Like Tony lets a ton of bad stuff go by, right? The minute he finds out about that horse, it's like all of a sudden he's the strictest guy in the world. The minute he finds out that Christopher sat on that dog, he's like, hold on, this is a huge problem now. The minute I find out that Juice Kiffin was never his dog the whole time, and he got left at Mississippi, that's where I draw the line. That's where I'm like, it's over. Lane, won me over for a little bit. Are you kidding me? Juice better be in Baton Rouge right now. This better be all fake.
I don't think he is.
I don't think he is either. Shockingly quiet on the Juice Kiffin Twitter account. I'm upset.
It's bad stuff.
But that's where we are. And now he's the coach at LSU. And this could be a great hire. He honestly, does he have to win a championship in the next 5 years for it to be a success?
Yes. That's the expectation.
Yeah, that's a good word. That's the expectation.
Like I don't know how it's going to be. I think he can do it. Will he do it? I don't know. It's hard to play in the SEC. It's hard there too. Like Ohio State is building something good too. Like even you could go be the best team in the SEC. You still probably got to go through Ohio State.
Yep.
You still probably got to go through. I don't know. I'm not saying like Oregon can build a great team. Like there's other great teams out there. It takes so much to win a championship that I don't even know if it's a guarantee out there anymore. So there's all that on Lane Kiffin. Joey, did you want to say anything about Lane Kiffin? I feel like we didn't give you a chance.
If Whit Weeks doesn't end up being an NFL linebacker, I think the CIA should look into hiring him.
Was this all? Was he
undercover operative?
He was a double agent the whole time. Do you think?
Could have been.
Do you think if Landry Kiffin is dating a current Ole Miss linebacker, is he coaching in the playoffs?
Story could be different.
It could be. That's good. I like
could
it.
Be.
Like
you have to
CIA.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know.
So then the coaching world continues to go crazy, as it felt like over the weekend everyone either fired their coach and hired their coach and got a new one. Like the entire SEC just poached every coach from the G5, it seemed, out there, which despite there being a lot of talk about how the G5 was not good at all this year. Everyone wanted their coaches all of a sudden. They all were super pumped and fired up and willing to post every graphic about John Summerall, but when it came to his resume this year, it was horrible. I did think that was a little bit funny, but there was also a quote. Did you see that John Summerall said that him and Lane talked on the phone about the Florida job, and they both came to an agreement that he was the better coach. This is John Summerall saying as in he. They both agreed that John Summerall was the best fit for Florida. Is that him just saying,
sure,
hey, man, I'm going to LSU anyway?
I'm going to LSU, yeah. So
hey, dude, you'd be great there. He'd be fantastic in Gainesville. And I do think it's a good hire. I think it's a good hire for Florida. I think it's totally fine. But I thought that it was a little interesting. I was like, there's no way that conversation didn't happen. Or it didn't happen how you thought it went, John Summerall. Love you, but I don't know. There's just no way that Lane was like, yeah, man, you're the best coach out there. Your coaching style fits there way better than LSU. So I'm going to do you a favor, and I'm going to take the LSU job, and you're going to go to Gainesville. That's what I'm going to do. Is this also, too, I noticed, was hanging out with Theo Vaughn a lot this year, and Theo Vaughn, LSU fan. Is that anything to do with it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. We'll have to talk about it. All these coaches are going everywhere, is my point. But I do notice that Penn State, despite firing James Franklin in the fourth week of the season so that they could be first to the buffet, first to go pick, it seems like has made no progress.
Remains coachless.
And now I saw Andy Staples said this, and I think it's probably true, is that they probably have their eyes set on a coach that's coaching right now in a championship game probably this weekend. That would make a lot of sense. Apparently, Kalani Sitake has been the guy that's like, now this is apparently the new coach after Bob Chesney went to UCLA. I think Kalani Sitake is a good coach. Are we sure he's better than James Franklin, though?
No, no.
And
It's still the dumbest thing ever. There must have just been like, we can't work together anymore thing. But no, like Penn State went in the semifinals last year. Like they had 2 bad games and fired him. Like it's.
This isn't a dig at Kalani Sitake at all. I think he's a great coach. I think this
100%.
BYU team has been incredible this year. I think BYU has been, I feel like, an underrated program the past 5 years, honestly. He's an alum of BYU too. Like, would he really leave for Penn State after he has his alma mater in the Big 12 championship? He's had them at double-digit wins multiple times now. I don't even know if he's super eager to go there unless they give him a ton of money. I don't know if that's necessarily how that works. I don't even know where they go anymore at this. I told you guys last week, I forget that the NFL jobs are an option. Like, I forget that Brian Dable can go be a college coach too. He's a Saban. I almost tried to combine those words. He is a Saban disciple, I believe, as well. So that could be interesting. But it is kind of funny that Penn State now is like, we're still waiting. We still want the perfect coach. I'm like, where is he?
Yeah, I think it's funny too. Like you can say whatever you want about James Franklin, like X's and O's, like game in the game on, but like the dude can recruit. And you know how we know he can recruit? Because he literally took every single person that was committed to Penn State, and now they're going to Virginia Tech. Like,
yeah, they're going to be good.
They're going to be good. They're going to be good next year. Like that's how that he can recruit, and he puts a lot of talent on the football field. And I would say like he makes questionable, or he's like the best in-game coach, which is probably like really reasonable. But he went to the semifinals last year.
Sure,
and
I agree.
I think it's comical. I'm happy it's not us.
I agree. Joey, I'm feeling another Ken Palm.
What do you mean by us?
Us is in Auburn, Iowa, Kansas State fan. Yeah.
All right. 112. I know we did 113, but who's 112?
Who's one better than? I'll be honest. If you asked me who 113 was, I'd get it wrong. You could have asked me that. 112 is going to be none other than the Penn State Nittany Lions.
No.
University of San Diego.
No. It's the Bonnies. St. Bonaventure.
Okay.
St. Bon's. Okay.
Yep.
Woj. Working it down there. I'm starting to I'm seeing some really compelling evidence that NBA Central is just Woj. Is that, are you guys seeing this? Well, I'm starting to see a lot of compelling evidence.
I could see it.
There were games that happened this weekend. It wasn't just all portal madness. Ohio State finally knocked off the cobwebs, and they beat Michigan this week. Despite, I'll tell you what, Michigan goes, they kick a field goal. They're up 3-0. And I was like, it's happening again. It's going to happen. I can't believe it. They're doing it again. They go up 6-0. I'm like, it's happening even more.
It's over.
It's really over. And then pretty much from that point onward, it was all Ohio State. Ohio State was just a better team. They were more athletic. They were better at every single position. It was, as soon as Ohio State had the lead, I was like, okay, this game's it could be 1, it could be 200 right now. It's over. And I think the building felt like that as well. It seemed like in there. And I think that this was a big step forward for Ryan Day, of course, getting it off. But also, a lot of people were like, he got the monkey off the back with Michigan. And it does look like he didn't let them like take him out of his game plan like he did last year or whatnot. But his record versus Michigan still isn't great, if I'm being honest. I don't know if he got it completely off. Like I could see, hey, like next year when we get to this point, it's probably going to be pretty similar. Both teams are probably going to be just fine. I don't know if I'm going to be like, oh, this is going to be another blowout again. I don't know. Like we'll have to see when it gets there. But regardless, they handle business. They lock up the easy number 1 seed in the entire country for the Big Ten championship, which I think they're 6.5-point favorites right now over Indiana, which seemed like more than I thought, which is going to tell you which, I mean, we don't really do a preview on this show because we only do one a week, but I'm probably going to take Ohio State. It's going to be hard not to.
It's already down to 4.5, I'm seeing.
Oh, maybe take Indiana then. Is that too many points?
Could be too many points.
We'll figure it out. I love the under no matter what. And this is where, too, Ohio State as well. Is their schedule the most difficult thing ever? No. Did they squeeze, I feel like, the juice out of their schedule as much as possible? Yes. Guys, they just played an entire season in the Big Ten. They played Texas to open the season. No team scored more than 16 points on them all year. 16 was the most points that they allowed all year. 2, can you guess?
Iowa Hawkeyes.
No, we did not.
I was about to say, I don't know.
We technically put up 0. It was the Illinois Fighting Illini. I almost said the Illinois Fighting Illini, which could be true, but there's that trivia for you. Ohio State's. This is a strange thing too, because it's a generational, talented team that I feel like, partly due to the schedule, is just like not being talked about at all.
Yeah.
In terms of like how good they are.
What else do we need to say about them? They're the best team in the country.
They're really good. They're really
apparently
really
by
good.
4.5 points right now too. But.
And I don't know, Michigan's in a weird spot too. I feel like they got to figure out this game cemented. I'm not saying 9-3 is a bad season at all, especially with a young quarterback like that. I do think they're going to have to ask some questions about Sharon Moore here. I think it's going to have to happen.
I think if there wasn't so many firings, he probably would already be gone.
You think?
Yeah, so
I could see it. But I think next season there's going to be questions rolling in. Or hey, maybe he's the next Penn State coach, and he's the guy they're waiting for. he's doing it.
I saw a good comment that said that there was that he wouldn't be hired for a Power 5 job if he was available.
Yeah, he was kind of the. I mean, we've been over this 100 times. He was the scapegoat. He was the sacrificial lamb of the whole Stallions thing, and he did a good job with it. I do think Michigan was a decent team this year, but I think if you had to ask me, is he going to be the head coach of Michigan in 3 years? I would say no.
I think I think we'd all probably yeah.
Okay, and I do think I don't know. Bryce was getting a lot of hate this week. He didn't have an amazing season, but he's young. I still think I think it's there. A lot of Michigan fans are concerned. Do we pay a quarterback $12 million who can't throw the ball? He definitely knows how to throw the ball. Does he? But when it goes from brain to arm, does it always work? No. But I think it can be there.
He's young. He's young.
I think it can be there still. I stand by that. He's young. You know,
he ain't worth $12 million though.
It's got to improve. So I'm going to leave it at that. It's got to improve somewhere. Now, other kind of light things in the Big Ten as well. Oregon beats Washington. They go 11-1. They will be the third team from the Big Ten, and I'm guessing that will be all the Big Ten teams unless something really surprising happened. I think they deserve a little bit more love. I think when I'm looking at their completed resume now, they will not be in the Big Ten championship. They can't do anything else. I like their resume more than Tech. I like their resume, I think almost more than A&M now. Like I think I would put them in the top 5 right now. If I was doing a top my own personal rankings, I would put them up there right now. Like their only crime is losing to Indiana, who's a perfect team right now. That's better than Tech, who's their loss? Arizona State, but we're putting them above them. I get some of their wins. Like, what's their best win is probably still it's USC. Is their best win now. But that was like their criticism was like, their best win is Iowa. But now, like I think they're November of Iowa, USC, Washington, with 2 of those games on the road, and then the other one at home is your ranked rival. I think that was fairly impressive. So, like, I don't know if they'll get it, but if they don't get it, then I will be betting on Oregon to do well. Is that fair?
Yeah, that's fair. I think
who knows? Maybe they don't want it because now they'll play Duke in the first round, the 7th seed. So maybe they don't want more respect. I don't know how all that works. Do we? I already went on about Iowa, Nebraska a lot. I feel like, guys. There's a whole hour on it. I'll probably talk about it more on Patreon. I do think Nebraska is sneaky in big trouble. At a large level, if in an unbiased way as well. But we can get into that a different time. I do want to talk about Snowmageddon though, because that was the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life. Like Illinois Northwestern, if you have Big Ten Plus, go watch the replay. Google the highlights. Like it was
beautiful.
There was about 5 people in the stands and people were like, "Oh, the fans didn't show up." No, they had to shut down half the stands because they deemed the wind, if you were facing it in one direction for a 3-hour game, would have been dangerous. It would have been potentially deadly if you were just facing one way for 3 hours outside. That was why, like, you look at the other side of the stadium, it's like, why did no one show up? They weren't allowed there. The police were stopping them from going there to save them. That's just Big Ten weather there. Super fun game to watch. Even like just the dust that was coming down during Ohio State, Michigan, all that snow. Minnesota still, I don't really like them, but
that was a beautiful game.
Sold out their stadium to battle for a 7-foot axe versus Wisconsin. Like, that's as Big Ten as it gets. That was incredible. What?
Is it a bronze axe? Did you say 7 foot?
I think it might be bigger. Go Google Minnesota, Wisconsin axe for me, Joey, and tell me how big it is. Because it's one of the cooler trophies. I do like it a lot. But that is what they play for, and it's beautiful and it's gorgeous. I think it's Paul Bunyan's axe. I confuse. I think Michigan State also play for Paul
Bunyan's axe. Yes.
Okay. I think they play for like
6 feet long.
Okay. So it's about the size of a high school point guard. It's about its size, but that's all right. Now moving on.
Man, that is a big axe.
This will transition here eventually, but the SEC, they have an issue too. I think the Big Ten, I've said for a while, if you have 18 teams, you can't have no divisions.
Yeah.
The SEC has found themselves in a spot now where Vanderbilt is 10-2 and likely will not be in the playoff. If you were to ask me in the beginning of the season, I would say any team that goes 10-2 in the SEC is 100% making the playoff. I would tell you any team that goes 10-2 in the Big Ten is 100% making the playoff. We are now in a position where I'm looking at Vanderbilt at 10-2, and I don't see a single way they get in the playoff. Yeah. I cannot find the way. And I don't know. I don't think it's necessarily Vandy's fault. You could tell them you win more, go win more games. I do think it's Greg Sankey's fault. They need to bring back the divisions. How do you have this many 10-2 teams? How do you have this many 11-1 teams? Just have them play each other, Greg. Like, what do you like? Why did all these teams play Arkansas, Mississippi State, and the bottom of the SEC this year, but none of them played each other? How does that happen, Greg?
Thank you. By the way,
how are there no? How did all these teams play Arkansas, Mississippi State, team omitted, and
Kentucky.
none of them in Kentucky, but none of them played each other? How does that happen? So I think the SEC now needs divisions just as much as the Big Ten. And look, I get it was a little frustrating with some of the matchups it got, but there was no debate over it was so clear who was better than who in these conferences when they were divisions. They need to bring those back. Do you agree? Disagree? This podcast. Someone
100% agree. Yeah,
I agree. I'm just happy Diego Pavia is not in the playoffs. I'll say.
Okay.
Oh, that'd be chaos. The whole family. That'd been chaos.
Mm-hmm. Hate it.
Texas beats Texas A&M on Friday. I do think A&M is going to go to the playoff. Texas is not. A&M will have that to hold. But I do think it's probably got to think that now Texas beat them twice in a row. And the second time was keeping them from a perfect season for their first one in a long time. That's going to definitely sting. And also, now A&M's fraud claims have become more and more real, despite being 11-1 in the SEC. I do think the win over Notre Dame has some value. I do think 11 wins has value. I do think they showed their true colors, and they're not probably national championship contender after this week.
Yeah, probably.
Yes
not.
or no? Yes or yes? More.
I mean, they A&M.
They did.
I think you've been saying it all season, Grant.
Yeah,
not wrong. Just early.
I think it's tough. You don't have 12. You don't have 12 teams that.
So this can and here's do we want to pull up the eye-opening stats on the Aggies schedule? Because we can, and I'm going to anyway. But it was kind of a rhetorical thing. Here's the eye-opening stats: 7 wins versus teams with losing records. 7 with SEC losing records. Those teams won a combined 11-41. Their 7 SEC wins. 4 wins versus a team that fired their coach this season. And 1 loss to the only team with a winning record, with a winning conference record that they played in the SEC. It's not good. The only team in the bottom half of the SEC that didn't play was Kentucky, which, I mean, don't know if it would have gone differently, but LSU, Missouri, Florida, Auburn, Mississippi State, South Carolina, Arkansas was their schedule.
Not the toughest SEC schedule we've ever
Not the
seen.
toughest. And look, I do think there's, I mean, I'm not saying those teams don't have a pulse or anything, but it was faint. It was like we're monitoring, hey, he's been in a coma for like 3 years now. Do you think he would have woken up by now if he was gonna? Like, I don't know. Like, it's a difficult situation with South Carolina, but I'm not saying they're the worst team ever, but is there teams with better wins out there? Yes. It's what it is with Texas A&M. And now I will be 100% fading them in the first round, whoever they play.
100%.
It's going to happen.
They play Duke.
They'll host. There's a good chance they'll host Duke, which is going to really spoil my like Texas A&M is going to end up in the semis after beating Duke, and then Tulane after they upset I don't know, pick a team out there. And then we'll be like, how did A&M get this far? We don't know. Let's get into what everyone wants to, or do we need to talk about the Iron Bowl? Do you have a thought on it? Joe, you were there.
I was there. Yeah, I'll say, I guess, yeah. I love being in Auburn. I love going to the Iron Bowl. Has not worked out for me yet as an Auburn fan.
You need to do something differently. What are you doing? Are you doing your part?
I need to fire my coach, sounds like.
You do have a new coach. Do you like him?
I do. Yeah, Alex Golish. I think what are we, 24 hours in now?
Mm-hmm. 24 hours in the era. He's undefeated.
Undefeated. Seems like a great guy. I mean, I don't know. I've watched some USF. Byron Brown.
It's a guy. Yep.
That's a guy.
Does he have eligibility? Can he even?
I don't know.
Can he even play?
We were talking about him earlier this season. Could be cool. See him in the orange and blue.
Do you know for a fact he has eligibility?
I'm like.
Have you seen anyone say that? Have you seen? Okay, 30 is probably reasonable.
I saw some decommitments, quarterback decommitments. Mm-hmm. Auburn, so could
now,
be.
I do want to address. You've now fired your coach. The season's over. Do we want to go back to week 1 with Cocky Joey after beating Baylor? Was that? Do we have anything to go back on that?
I was reflecting on that as well.
Do we want to?
Very long.
Do you want to go over that?
Home.
Mm-hmm.
I believe we've got a Festivus episode coming up soon, so maybe we can save it for that.
You're gonna air a grievance on me for being Cocky Joey.
I'm gonna air a grievance on myself.
Okay.
And perhaps Hugh Freeze.
I'm gonna have to find a specific clip about you discussing Auburn's ranking in the FPI after week 1.
I believe we did multiple Francesas, and I think I had us go at 11-1 or 10-2 in almost every single one of them. So
it's okay. We still love you. And this was too. As much as that game was good, this Iron Bowl didn't feel as just as the other ones. Can I say that? It just didn't.
That's fair. I mean it. Yeah.
The fourth down had juice at the end, but it just, I don't know. I just think about all the fun moments we've had in the Iron Bowl the past decade, and I don't know if I had it this one, despite the score being really close and the game being
out of the 3 I've been to. I'll say that.
In the stadium, or
in the stadium, out of the 3 I've been to in Durham.
Is it a lack of belief, or?
I'm going to say fatigue.
Okay.
Losing fatigue. Yeah.
Okay. I would like to transition this now to our. We're going to do what every sports show is going to do this week, and we're going to now begin yelling at each other while everyone talks at once, discussing who we think should be in the playoff. We're going to come to no conclusions. We're going to pick the wrong teams, and each of the teams we pick we're going to have some kind of connection to or being paid directly by. All right. So I'm obviously kidding a little bit there, but I do want to go over. I think I have put together what I believe right now, if it ended today, no conference, and a lot of it's already locked in. Because how much do you think is going to change in the Big Ten championship? Nothing. Except for 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Are Alabama and Georgia both in? Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to see my bracket?
Let's see it.
Hit us with it.
Okay. Here is the rankings I have. I'm kind of scared to share them. Sharing your rankings right now is like looking at someone naked. This is This is how I rank the teams 1 through 12, forcing in a G5 and ACC 2. Okay. Ohio State 1, Indiana 2, I have Georgia 3, 4 Oregon. Controversial.
Okay.
5, I put Ole Miss, but I am not punishing them for Lane yet. I do think I could be very petty, and I could say that Florida State was 13-0, and they didn't even they got thrown out very quickly. Ole Miss is about to be run by a bunch of GAs, and they're not. Their defensive coordinator is their new head coach now, and I think it's a decent move by them. But yeah, it's clearly a different team in many ways right now. I'm going to leave them where they deserve to be. Okay, like they did not like they're 11-1. This is where they are. Texas Tech 6, 7 A&M, 8 Oklahoma, 9 Alabama. Here's where it gets interesting. 10 BYU. I want BYU in there.
Okay.
They went 11-1. Their only loss is to Texas Tech, who everyone loves. But it's like the biggest sin in the world. Okay. And here's what I want to point out with BYU too. A lot of these teams are arguing that Texas needs to be in here no matter what. The loss to Florida, I get they played Ohio State. The loss to Florida is why they're not going to be in the playoff. Texas fans, you can't get mad at BYU because at least they beat the bad teams on their schedule. At least there's a team with 3 wins on their schedule, and they beat the snot out of them this weekend. They beat them 44-11, and you lost to Florida. It was your move when you played the 3-win team. So, I don't know how you can be mad at them right now. I want BYU in, and then I have this is where it gets a little bit more crazier. 11 is Virginia, Duke, or JMU. Pick one.
Okay. Oh, choose your own adventure.
12.
Same 3 schools.
Tulane.
Oh.
North Texas. Or, I'm going to get crazy, North Dakota State University.
I like it.
Some people said that the AP poll gave up this week when 3 people ranked North Dakota State in their poll. I think it's the most awake that poll's ever been.
I like it.
I am of the belief right now that North Dakota State is the top 30 team in this country. If we're just going to let Duke in, North Dakota State would beat Duke. I'm pretty confident. I am fairly confident in that. So I just want to throw them into the equation. I want to make people say no to North Dakota State first. So I think we all know who the locks are. So here's, you just tell me in or not. Okay. Ohio State, Indiana, Georgia, Oregon, Ole Miss, Texas Tech, A&M, Oklahoma, and Alabama are all in.
Yep.
All in.
So we now have 3 spots.
Okay.
For, I believe it is 6 teams. You have BYU. You have Virginia. You have Duke. You have Tulane. No, this is way more than 6. I'm sorry. Well, it's more.
Yeah, you got Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
I didn't even get to
He's just refusing to say Notre Dame.
Notre Dame and Miami are part of it.
I like where your head's at, Grant.
Here's my concern. I've never been so confident in a team winning a game than I am right now in Duke beating Virginia and winning the AC. I think you have to take Duke to win.
Yeah.
It's crazy that the system even works that a 7-5 team made the ACC championship.
Yeah.
But they did. Okay. They had the same conference record as Miami. All Miami had to do was beat Louisville, and they didn't. Yep. Duke's in the championship game. Duke, might I add, by the way, lost to Tulane this year. And I'm going to have to fix my bracket because if Duke is in, they definitely can't be rated above Tulane.
Yeah. Tulane
has to be above them. And this also could be just sneaky. Should we just be asking how good is Tulane then? Is Tulane just the best team? Should Tulane have a bye? Should Tulane be up there? Who knows? We have all these spots. I feel like BYU is sneaky getting left out of the discussion of it's a lot of Miami. It's a lot of Notre Dame. We just threw BYU away for going 11-1 and losing to Tech. I get the game wasn't didn't feel super close. But like if they play them close this weekend, we're just going to throw them away again. Like I think if
it's Big 12, right?
I think if they lose by 20 or more, they're out. But if they lose by a field goal, can we really say no? And we're going to put in Notre Dame instead, who was sitting at home and has 2 losses? Is that really fair?
No, it's not. Join a conference.
BYU is to join a conference?
No, Notre Dame.
Okay. No, I'm saying, is it fair that Notre Dame is kicking out BYU?
No, absolutely not.
Oh, okay,
It's
there
ridiculous.
we go. And here's the deal. So, here's the possible results that could happen. If Notre Dame gets in over Miami and Texas gets left out, which Texas is going to get left out, so this could have repercussions to it. But especially if Notre Dame gets in over Miami, let's say it's that 10th spot doesn't go to BYU, goes to Notre Dame, who's been ranked over Miami ever since the playoff polls came out. They put in Virginia and they put in Tulane. First of all, no one is ever going to schedule a hard out of conference game ever again.
No.
They're all getting canceled. And then 2, Notre Dame might not want this to happen either. Why would anyone ever schedule Notre Dame ever again?
Yep.
Because it officially is now showing that the only people who benefit from playing Notre Dame is Notre Dame.
Mm-hmm.
Miami went and beat them, and it still didn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
And what's weird too is, by the way, this gets thrown out all the time, that everyone's like, "Well, Notre Dame played the ACC schedule this year." You can't be the same guy who's saying the ACC schedule stinks, and you're talking about how Notre Dame is that good. That doesn't make any sense. I get that A&M's on there. I get that USC's on there. I get that Arkansas is on there. But you get we're all on the same point, right? If Duke wins the ACC championship, is the ACC out? Are we going to come to an agreement on that? I think, because I don't know if that's true.
Are they out?
I think
they're not making it.
No, I think if Duke beats Virginia, the ACC, I think JMU's in, but I still think Miami might get the at-large bid.
Yeah, I mean, it would make sense.
Yeah, I think Miami could still get in even if Duke loses, because I think I think that there's a totally a chance that happens, or if Duke wins.
If we think about it in the long term and we let Notre Dame in this time, then no one plays them ever again. We boycott Notre Dame. Is it worth it?
Now, I saw this going around too. Is Duke Virginia might be the most important game in college football history, because if Duke wins, that a lot of people are saying the conference is going to implode if Duke wins the ACC this year.
Maybe it should. And
I would be a little disappointed, but I'd understand it as well. I totally would get why. That would just be the last reason if Florida State needs to go to the SEC. That would be the last reason that Clemson needs to leave and get out of there. It would be the best reason for Stanford and Cal to be like, what are we even doing out here? Why were we in the Atlantic Coastal Division in the first place? But
it's insane. It's insane.
Duke has to win. Duke has to win. I'll be honest. Now, a lot of people are like, what if Duke wins? What if Virginia wins? Not enough people are talking about, what if JMU loses?
Oh.
What if Troy pulls the upset this weekend in the Sun Bowl?
Oh.
I'm a firm believer that JMU is going to win this weekend. And I kind of want JMU in the playoff, frankly. I think JMU is better than Duke. I think JMU is better than Virginia. But what happens when Duke and JMU both lose? Then do they just put in who's your next? It's still Troy, I think, somehow, but I don't know. Joey's trying to remind me that we haven't talked about FanDuel yet. I think we did.
I don't think we have.
FanDuel is the number one place to bet on the college football playoff. Do you think that Texas Tech is going to win it all? You could bet on them. They're on FanDuel. I love FanDuel. I'll be honest. It makes me feel better to have. It makes me feel more official when I can come on here and Joey's like, "Hey, just a reminder, we have to talk about FanDuel at some point." It makes me feel better that when I walk around, in Colorado, legal gambling over there, A friend tried to send me a slip for a competing sports book, and I said, "Hey, man, can't do it.
Wrong one.
You're on the wrong one. I only look at the FanDuel ones." I like saying that because, hey, they help this show out. I'm a loyal guy at the end of the day, and I'm loyal to FanDuel. Zach, how loyal are you to FanDuel?
I'm loyal to FanDuel.
Okay, that was a non-answer, but we'll just move on as quickly as possible. I think I'll be honest. Here's my main takeaway from this whole thing. We can end this discussion here. We can keep going with it. We're doing a lot of arguing right now over teams 10 through 12. Who should get in? There's a whole hot mess over what if Duke gets in the playoff and what if it takes out BYU? What if it takes out Notre Dame? What if it takes out Miami? Why shouldn't Vanderbilt be in? Does anyone genuinely believe any of these teams can win the national championship?
No.
Nope.
Does anyone genuinely believe that it's a national tragedy that we left out the best team of the country if Miami doesn't get in?
No.
And the reaction to all this is like, okay, we have to go to 25 teams then.
No.
I understand the TV money, but realistically, if it's going to move in any direction, I think it should get smaller. I'm pro football games. I'm pro more playoff football games on campuses. But if we're going to try and make it the most competitive playoff possible, it has to get smaller.
There's not 12 teams that can win a national championship. There's hardly 8.
Do you want to go through the list right now? Every team I think can win it all. More than
Ohio
0%.
Ohio State.
More than 0%.
More than 0.
It's one team.
I think it's very heavily Ohio State.
Yep.
2, I would put Indiana. Close 3 is Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking out Ole Miss now with Lane leaving. I don't even think they can win it all anymore.
I don't think they could win it with Lane.
I don't think A&M can win it. I don't think Oklahoma can win it.
Don't say Oregon.
I was going to say something worse.
Oh my God.
If Alabama won the whole thing, I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, that is worse.
They could lose in the first round to Duke.
And still.
But there's a chance that they also win the whole thing. I would say, and then I think Oregon has like a point. I'll give them a 1.5% chance of winning.
Generous.
There's so much talent out there. All they got to do is make a big play. I think they have a decent chance. So I would say there's 5 teams right now that can win it all.
Okay, I think that's fair.
And
5 is a good number. It's not 12.
If only we had some kind of playoff where there was like 4 teams, maybe. Just
That'd be, number. No, just
that would be
even.
Or think about this right now. If it was the BCS and it was Ohio State versus Indiana in the national championship game, would you be mad? Or would you be like, yeah, that's fair? They're the 2 best teams.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't know. I think we just kind of said there was 4 potential teams. So I might be a little upset.
Okay, I'm there with it. Yeah. I'm not going to tell you no. I'm just throwing out ideas.
Yeah, no, I'd rather see 4.
What makes you happy, Joey? This is all about you.
Wow. Okay. If you're not watching the YouTube, go back and watch Grant's smug ass smile on that one. That was crazy. Look at he's doing it now.
I can't smile anymore.
No, what makes you happy, Grant?
I think football makes me happy. Friendship makes me happy. A great movie makes me happy. The sun on my face makes me happy. A lot of things. This weekend I rediscovered that a nice pecan pie makes me happy.
Oh man, yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Very nice. Yeah, that's. I feel like that's all the college football I can talk about. Oh, actually, I got one more thing I want to say. Texas Tech is playing a game with the college football gods right now. I get that they are. I appreciate them leaning fully into Jacob Rodriguez for Heisman. The stat padding. At some point, though, are we just going to sit around like, we can't just let, like, are we just going to all act like these are genuine touchdowns when Jacob Rodriguez just runs it in for 1 yard? He's a linebacker. Are we just going to, like, is the Heisman Trophy Committee seriously in there being like, oh, he's all these rushing touchdowns too? He's the next, like, Jim Brown as well. I don't know. And then also, like, we got to add, he did throw an interception as well.
Ooh,
That has to go against him. It has to.
great point.
But I was like, hey, they're playing a dangerous game as we get to the important part of the season with the stat padding. Do you want to do the Ryan Russillo teams of the week?
Let's do it.
Joey, I actually came away more impressed with the Rutgers Scarlet Knights in their impressive loss, 38-40 to Penn State. Their receivers, I don't want to over-exaggerate. I think they have a top 10 receiving core in the country. Receiving duo. Those guys they're absolute. I want them on the Broncos. Just the 6'4", 6'5", both of them, insane catches. How they're missing a bowl game with those two on their roster is beyond me. Did they play a difficult schedule this year? Yes. Did they manage to still score 38 points in this game? Yes. Did they allow 40 and lost and will miss out on a bowl game? Yes.
Also, yes.
Joey?
My Ryan Russillo team of the week?
Do you have one even? Zach? Anyone want to
Purdue.
say any team?
Should be transferred. Go, Joey.
I was going to say Purdue for scoring a statement 3 points this week against the number 2 team in the country, Indiana.
So when you say you actually came away more impressed by them, were you expecting 0?
Yeah.
Okay.
I sure was.
That's fair. Zach?
Mine isn't a team. It's a format. I came away more impressed with the format of the Players Era Basketball Tournament.
Do you want to save that for a Feast Week discussion, or do you want to go into that now?
Just
complain about whatever you want.
It was ridiculous.
It was very strange. It was weird watching. Who even played the championship game? It was Michigan versus
Gonzaga.
That was the championship.
That was a championship.
It's got to feel.
But was it an undefeated? I think an undefeated Iowa State played an 0-2 Syracuse or something like that for for no money.
Yeah,
they went 2-0 in the tournament. I mean,
I can't. So I guess I can't think of a team that deserves that more than anyone other than the Iowa State Cyclones. But
thought you'd get a great kick out of it. But just the concept of it needs to be readjusted.
We gave up the Maui for this. We sacrificed
up the Maui for it.
Which I'll be honest. Hey, if you still watch the Maui this year, it had juice.
It wasn't a bad tournament.
Seton Hall might be sneaky good.
They might be sneaky good, or it could be just a bad tournament. But it was good basketball. It was good basketball.
It's good basketball out there. Chaminade too. Watch out! My D2 rankings dropping next week. Chaminade look great out
Does
there.
Ken Palm have a D2?
There's only one way to find out.
I hope not. I hope he ain't that
much time. You guys are in trouble if you don't.
We might never get the D2 ranking, right? We might be guess the state for the D2 ranking.
No, he doesn't.
Guess the mascot. It could be even.
We could do. What does he have? Like pickleball or something? Oh, he's got curling.
Curling rankings. That's
Should we do?
Here for? I don't even know. What do you even guess? Is there college? Is it college curling?
It's people.
I don't even know where to guess. Johnson. Smith.
Yannick Schwaller, number 5.
All right, that was enough. That's enough curling rankings to go through. Can I add one more?
Sure.
Joey and Zach, I actually came away more impressed by the Tokyo Toe University of Hawaii kicker who completed a remarkable 100% field goal percentage this season. Or almost 100%. I think he missed one.
Take away my claps.
It's okay. He had an incredible season. He is a 26-year-old from Japan. He learned how to play football by watching videos on YouTube to become a kicker. Let's see. He is a finalist for the Lou Groza Award, awarded to the best kicker in the country. He finished 25 of 26 in field goals and 37 of 37 on extra points. Did you see the video of him doing his press conference?
No.
He had just lays up to the top of his ears. It was hilarious. It was great. This is great podcasting we're doing right now. We kind of already talked about it a little bit. Do you want to go over Feast Week at all? Or do you
we can hit on some good points. Yeah.
Okay. Players Era. Save it for Festivus. Grievances.
Yes, we'll save it for the grievances.
The Michigan Wolverines might be
Just
the best team of all time. There he is. Yep. Look at how many lays he's got.
That's a lot of lays. Did you see it, Zach?
I did. That's great. Yeah, Grant. That's your favorite to win a national championship. I mean, they're ranked number 3, Arizona, and I think Purdue ahead of them. But good Lord, that was impressive.
Reverse Ken Palm. Where's Michigan?
It was a level of.
Okay.
It's very rare that I see a score.
Are they 1, Joey?
They're 1. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's very rare you see a score. Yeah.
That I assume that the ESPN app has completely glitched. And I was refreshing. I'm on a plane as the first Michigan game's rolling out. And I'm like, oh, this 30-point difference is clearly a mistake. There's no way that would happen. Happens. Okay. Next game. I'm like, all right, spread a little bit aggressive. Maybe they overreacted. Michigan wins again by 30 points. That's what's stopping them at this point. I don't even know. Like, here's what's weird about it is that, like, who's the signature player on Michigan right now?
Yaxel.
Yaxel? Again?
I don't know.
Like, I don't know. Like,
it is. Yeah. They're just, dude, they're so big.
They're just a machine.
They've got a great point guard. They're well coached. I mean, it's like when they were demolishing us, Joey, the other night. I felt like it was watching. I felt like it was watching Auburn of last year, like how demoralizing it is to play against teams where it's like, okay, you're down 10. All right, if we can get a bucket, we get to 6. Well, no, you don't get a bucket. Now they scored 2 more. Now it's 15. And then it's over.
Yeah. You get stuff transition through in your face, and then you get stuff again.
Over and over and over. It was beautiful. Like, I hate it was happening to my team because I'm sitting there just like, man, I thought we had a good team. I thought, like, good gosh.
Now, hold on. Wait 1 second. Did I miss a game here? I don't think that the Iowa Hawkeyes played Michigan.
Oh no, that's a football contract. That's a football. We're not. No.
Sorry.
That's a
sorry. You mean the contract you've broken
No.
many times? You're referencing right now. You want to reference the contract?
I have watched
Really?
almost every Iowa football basketball game. I have watched almost. I did not give up. Like, this wasn't an Auburn basketball contract. I can be an Iowa sports fan through and through. I watch every second of Auburn basketball. That was not a part of this deal. So
I noticed
wasn't part of the deal 12 video reviews. We've already missed 2 weeks.
I guess there wasn't a time frame. It was just 12 by the end of the season.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, no, we'll get to that. There was technical difficulties. I'm not because I've watched most of the tape.
Now,
Michigan's really good.
I did notice he started that sentence, Joey, by saying, "I've watched all Iowa foot," and then quickly switched to basketball.
He did quickly
despite
switch.
Actually watching the Iowa football games was a part of his contract.
I watched the Nebraska game.
Now, why didn't he call it the Iowa-Nebraska game? Like, what? Why is he calling it
the Iowa-Nebraska game?
Okay. It's just interesting. Now, you did have some points on the Iowa Hawkeyes, their basketball game, did you? I've had people yearning, people craving for more Zach House and hoops analysis when it comes to the Iowa Hawkeyes. What will you give them?
All right, guys. All kidding aside, joke aside, I probably had some technical difficulties. I was on vacation in Florida.
Just say you can make something up.
I feel bad. Because I enjoyed doing it. You said it was a hit. I had some technical difficulty. I was in vacation in Florida, and my phone finally just died on me. And then I didn't get one back. I didn't come back to life until at Thanksgiving. And so I apologize. There will be one once a week moving forward. I will give you a Zach Housen guarantee for that. I feel really bad because I enjoyed doing it. I watched some tape. Y'all are a really good basketball team. I had fun doing it. We're going to make this process go. But I had some technical difficulties. I didn't have a working cell phone that could send videos. I don't know how to use Twitter. Full disclosure, that's my resource for that. So they will happen.
Give them some morsels. Do you have like any game breakdowns?
Do you have like any notes from
Oh,
Ole Miss? Like that's what I'm asking for right now. I know.
They're just a well-oiled basketball team. And then when it breaks down, you have the best point guard in my mind in the nation. He's an NBA player.
Oh,
And he's an NBA player. I think it will not surprise me if he's on an NBA team for the next 8 years. Now he might not get a lot of minutes, but like there's a reason why guys stick around in the league. And watching him, I can see him sticking around. There was a play. I want to say it was against Chicago State. It was just a busted offense. It looked terrible, and he got the ball with like 7 seconds of shot clock. And was like, "Screw this!" Made a move, had a step back three, and it was an NBA play. Same, and that was actually the video that I was planning on sending. And then all hell broke loose on my phone, and it was kind of relieving not to have a phone for a week. But yeah, it's just a well-coached basketball team. These guys have been playing together for 3 or 4 years now. I mean, all the way back to the D2 level. And you just see the camaraderie, you see the discipline with this team, and it's very fun. Michigan State game tomorrow on Tuesday should be awesome, and we'll have a win, lose or draw. We'll have a video breakdown of a couple plays from that game.
There we go.
Zach, did Iowa basketball break your phone? It's kind of what it's sounding like.
No,
No.
I guess
Okay.
sim failure,
sim failure. While you were mentioning it was while you were recording your breakdown.
No, I was so.
It was the exact moment.
It was the exact same moment.
He was recording. It's too fired up.
There's video evidence of me watching Iowa basketball on an airplane, breaking down film. I was able to get that out, and then my phone died. And
well, you were gonna like out loud break down the film on the plane?
No.
Whoa!
No. I was like time stamping. That would have been great.
What happened to your microphone? What?
Me? Nothing.
That was so loud. Oh my!
Yeah, just normal voice. I don't know what to tell you.
If someone was punished by listening to 80 minutes of almost football and their reward was getting their eardrum blown out, oh my goodness!
Sorry guys, I got excited. I get excited to talk about basketball.
I do, and we're happy you're here to talk basketball. I will say, like, the Iowa videos, man, they got fired up. I got a specific tweet today. I'll show you it. This was. Hey, Grant.
We will have
Cooper. This is the dog Cooper. He's waiting for his favorite podcast to drop and get his Iowa hoops analysis from Zach.
Yep, we'll get it.
I Cooper is going to be upset.
My iPhone is back and better than ever. I was at like a 12 or 13 or whatever the hell it was. I'm at the 17, so we're back in business.
Verbal. This is just a little good podcasting here. The dog is wearing a golden tie, like Coach Ben McCollum for the Iowa Hawkeyes.
Oh my gosh.
Can
we bring back Dog of the Week? Cooper.
We can. While we do that, or do we?
Is Cooper our Juice Kiffin?
Well, I mean, I guess he does have his own Wrangler in a different state, so it's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I don't want to claim Cooper can be the mascot of the show. Or actually, we're gonna there's some competition with Nala, the Australian Shepherd. I guess
that's right.
But
that's right.
Would oh man, I don't want us to pretend that we own the dogs.
No, we'd never do that.
We also would probably never become the head coach of LSU in many ways as well. Do we want to do a voicemail real quick?
Let's do a voicemail. Do you want a quick Ken Palm?
Fire me a Ken Palm while I pull up the voicemail.
67.
No, Maryland's like 200, aren't they? Maryland's way back there. I'm going to say.
Have you been studying?
I saw the net rankings drop today, so there's a lot of numbers getting thrown on the screen. Is this Northwestern? I've guessed Northwestern many times now.
No.
Okay.
I think Zach has abandoned us. It is Colorado State.
Oh, Jim Mora, best hire of the offseason. We'll talk about it more later. Here is our voicemail for this week.
What's up, Almost Football? I'm sitting here with my wife and with the famous Nala, the Australian Labradoodle, and we have a very important question. So Nala's uncle, our brother-in-law, diehard Husker fan. And we love the guy a lot, but there certainly has to be some level of smack talk. So, we just want to know, what's the line? What can we say? What can't we say? How far can we go without it being too far. Because, there's got to be a level of respect, but there certainly has to be some level of smack talk. And secondly, it's kind of a fun one. Scenario for Grant. Also, shout out to the Auburn fans there. Guys, you guys fought hard yesterday. Sorry that it didn't work out the way you wanted, but, it happens. But scenario for Grant, so you got to win the national championship.
Okay.
You can choose any Iowa player from 2000 to 2025. You can go fantasy style if it, and just pick a year's defense if that works better for you.
This is an extended question, but
who you got? Go. All right. Love the show. Love you guys. We'll be waiting to hear your answers.
Okay, hold on. So we'll do first question first.
Are you formatting? Is this a whole roster?
Yeah, I was just. I don't know if I can just put together a full roster right now. I'll answer it like this. If it was like, should I answer it just as like one player to form around?
Give me
do that.
Quarterback, skill player, and like two defensive players.
Sake. Yeah.
Okay. Quarterback.
Maybe an O lineman.
Quarterback, I'm going Brad Banks, Heisman runner-up for the 2002 Heisman. Incredible player. I think his mobile quarterback works today, especially the Tim Lester offense. Defense, I think, it'd be recency a little bit biased, but I'd go Jim Thorpointer, potentially Desmond King, but there's certainly a lot of candidates. I think if I can just pick a team defense as a whole.
Yeah, there we go.
The 2023 defense, I want to say, was ridiculous. You've got guys like Cooper DeJean's out there, Riley Moss is out there, Dane Belton is out there playing for the Giants. You got Jack Campbell's out there, like just dogs at every spot. So I might throw them out there. And again, recency bias, but I just, I look at them. I'm like, that defense single-handedly won a couple games. So, and then I don't know, running back, you go Sean Green, probably. Good. Caleb Johnson.
Got any O lineman?
Robert Gallery.
Okay.
Number 2 overall pick to the Raiders. Behind Eli Manning. Not enough. A lot of people talk about Eli. Not enough people talking about Robert Gallery, who, by the way, if you didn't see, he was on Bussin' with the Boys recently and did one of the most interesting interviews I've ever seen. I'm not a listener of their show frequently, but when they get a big guest on, I'll go check it out. Very interesting. Talk about like just mental health, like his like rehabilitation with like using like psychedelic medicine, like super interesting stuff going on from Robert Gallery. Maybe I can answer that question more in depth there, but that's like a quick light answer maybe.
Okay.
Now let's go into this discussion of like your in-law is a fan of a rival team. How do you handle it? What do you do? Now, I think let's pretend like for you guys it's Alabama. It's a question everyone can answer.
Sure.
In terms of the smack talk, I think there's only one. There's a good way to do it with family members, and I think it's a good way to do it with your friends too. Is that especially if you're in Iowa and you're 10 of 11, right? This could be different maybe for like for an Auburn fan and it's Alabama. You have all the control because you've dominated it so bad it's not even funny. You just keep like patting them on the head. Is the best way for you to talk smack because it's not mean. Like grandma's not going to be like, why is Joey running his mouth so much during the game? Just be like, hey, that was big for you guys. That third down, you're down 30. That was huge. That's a momentum boost. That's a young player. That was good. I'm proud of you guys. Oh, hey, maybe you'll get the next one, man. That's good. A lot of things building up there in Lincoln. That's what you got to do. Or just be like, hey, yeah, no, you guys are great. I mean, we're more concerned about some other games, but yeah, that game's for Thanksgiving's fun. Sure, every year. Yeah, John. Sure.
Ooh.
Like that's what I would do.
Okay.
It's the best way to trash talk. It's just kind of like keep patting them on the head a little bit. What would you guys do if Zach, you got Southern roots. I'm sure you are in many ways an Alabama fan as well, but would you, did you have like an aunt who was an Alabama fan that you grew up with or?
Oh, there's a lot of Alabama fans all over the place. You just have to deal with it. And,
but they're not at Thanksgiving.
No, I don't. They're at my Thanksgiving. I
had
Georgia. Yeah, no, I had Georgia fans. And they weren't like we were kind of better team at the time. So I've been kind of out of the South since it happened, but it's kind of the same trash talk. We don't have room to kind of talk trash to anybody at this point, so kind of just have to take it a little bit.
We have some national championships recently. Maybe not in football, but
Could you answer his question for him, though?
I would say maybe suggest like a little turkey bowl or something. Get out, throw the pigskin around, and maybe just lower the shoulder one time.
Yeah, maybe just put it into him one time.
Just give him a little friendly bump. Just let him know. Just let him know a little bit who you're talking to.
I do think too. I heard when it comes to, I can think of an instance. I have a friend down here who's a Nebraska fan, and after like week 2 or 3, he was like, "Ferentz is done. Ferentz is done." And I was like, "Yeah, that." I was like, "You would love that, wouldn't you?" 10 of 11, interesting. And I don't know. And at some point too, you're saying like there's a lot of trash talk. I'll be honest. As much as that Nebraska game's for a trophy, it's like, at what point are you just punching down all the time? It's like I'm watching it and it's like, what do we even like? I feel bad at some point. Sure. At some point, I'm watching this and I'm like, it's just not even like 10 of 11 against anyone is crazy. Against a team that is circling it on the calendar every year. When you're playing them, you're just every year like, oh yeah, smack them around, smack them back. It's crazy. Like, it's like, I don't even know. Again, like, this is what you got to do. You just pat them on the head, be like, yeah, I don't even know. I'll just let you have this because this is like the best part of your day, probably. This is as good as it's going to get. You're trying to talk trash to me. So that'd be my answer. Joey, do you want to give us some trivia to get out of here?
Yeah. Let me pull up the trivia.
These people suffered enough by listening to this show.
Yeah. Can you tell me who the all-time career leader is?
No, that's my answer. I'm going to guess it's got to be someone who just played forever. Is this player active?
Not active.
Can I get a year?
You know who he is, though.
Early mid-2000s. It's not.
I mean, even later in his career is. So.
It's not a Ray Lewis, is it? Or a Ed Reed, or a? Is it
Ray Lewis?
Okay, that was easier than I thought it would be.
Yeah,
I want to throw in. I almost wanted to throw in a Michael Strahan in there for some reason, or like I almost put in a Lawrence Taylor. I don't know why. I just thought of New York Giants right away. That's what I was ready for.
Good teams in there.
Do you guys think that? Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna do the next one.
Well, this is a question I was potentially thinking about. Michael Strahan's been doing the media for a long time now. Mm-hmm. Kelly and Michael. At Thanksgiving, he's on the desk talking football. Do you think he's been doing it for so long now that a lot of America knows him as just the commentator and not the football player?
Yes.
Like, how many people watching football right now would be stunned to learn that Michael Strahan played amazing seasons, won a Super Bowl, single season sack record?
I think over half.
It'd be like Strahan with the T.
He's on the TV.
The talk show host?
He's a big ass dude, man. Like, you can maybe formulate that. I don't know.
I feel like everyone, like when you have 5 ex-NFL players on the desk, everyone looks like they're just the size.
Yeah, sure.
They have to put Schefter next to him, make him. Or shoot, go put him back on Kelly and Michael. He looked huge on there. Do the next trivia question.
Zach, can you tell me who the only player to win the Heisman Trophy twice is?
We did this already, and I
know. We're recycling. Yes.
Yeah.
I'll be better, guys. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's gonna end up start doing personal trivia. It's like, what's my favorite
color?
Navy?
Blue and orange.
Navy is blue.
No.
So are we just gonna guess until you get it? We're just gonna. All right. That's our show. Thank you for listening. An hour and a half here of Almost Football. We'll be back next week. We'll see you then.